What is everyone? Welcome to the Nerd On Update, the weekly show where we talk about the stuff in the news that excites us and we answer questions from you, the people. Before we get too far into it, how are you? How you doing? How's your Monday?
How's it going,
It's
buddy?
the beginning of the week. I just want to say, you got this.
Thanks, man.
How are my how are my hosts? How you doing, Barry? Let's talk about that.
It's great, dude. Wow, he's okay. We're getting right into this. It's been a week.
It's been a week. It's been a weekend.
It's Monday. It's been a week.
Yeah.
Sunday scaries. Sunday scaries.
It has actually been a week.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I'm good. Things are good.
Chilling.
Things are good.
Weekend was good. I was up north, saw some family. You know, I'll say this. Ever since having a kid, not a complaint, just an observation. Those trips home, not as relaxing as they used to be. It's all about how many people can we see in this amount of time. None of them want to see me, of course, but it's just very different. I like it, but it's different. It's very strange.
Now it's like that for you?
Yeah, well, before, like, you know, the main thing was like I would come home for like a week, and people would usually either come to me or I'd spend most of my time at my house or at my wife's house. They're in the same town. And a lot of more of my friends are down here now. Like a lot of my MSA friends from high school and stuff are in LA. So I see them more. So when I went home, it was like vacation. But now it's like, how many things can we fit in one day kind of situation.
Tom's just bitter because that's the way it's always been for him.
Dude, that's how it's been. And I had to do that for two
and
cities.
That's my fault, right? So anyway.
It is. Fuck it. We saw Hateful Eight together. No, yeah, it's been like that for fucking since ever. And I'm just like, God fucking damn you, divorced parents, piece of shit. So,
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. Oh, we're getting way into this.
Letting it out.
Ooh, here we go. Just let it out.
It's been a week.
It's all good.
It's been a
It's all
week.
good.
It's been a week, dude.
I'm glad that Steve's is here.
Yeah, and like a whole person and not pixels.
Oh,
Dude, no longer Slim Jim Ethernet cables.
No. I found the internet and it's great.
Yeah. They get internet over there. That's wild.
Yeah,
Holy
we got
shit.
it finally here.
Damn.
America Online.
Can't wait
There's
for you
no
to watch
longer a
MASH.
String and two cups between
Nah,
your town and the next.
You've got mail. It's great. I put the CD in and everything.
Wonderful.
But how have you been?
You get 150 free hours.
Yes, I'm already 50 in. It's been good. It's been fun. The boys are swimming, so there's swimming lessons happening now.
Ooh.
And they like it, so that was a good, because I was afraid of them jumping in and just freaking out. So no, they've enjoyed it, they've loved it, and they never want to leave it. So that's more money. Yeah, more money
dude.
going
That's
into
what
it.
That's your fault.
Yeah, we
More
wanted
fun,
to
more
swim.
fun.
Just let him die in the pool.
Yeah, get in there.
That's just the
Yeah.
way it is. That's
No,
what we do with Juniper. We just put her head under, and then she comes up like we're trying to drown her.
But then now she's going to be recognized by whomever's up there in the pearly gates, right?
I guess so. Yeah. Man,
Oh.
did you, fellow dad? Sorry, Tom. Fellow dad's conversation. The water on the head thing. That's in the bath. Did your kids ever have this thing where every time you poured water on their head in the bath, they thought you were trying to drown them, and so they freaked out? And
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
this is fun.
Yeah.
Bath time is very different now.
Yeah.
She gets
Yeah.
up and she goes, "All done," and I go, "No,
No.
just starting."
There's more to go.
So sorry, my love. All right, Tom, you can come back.
All right.
Yeah,
Okay, cool.
we do the when you have them in the pool.
Oh, still dead?
you just blow in their face really hard and then just dunk them and
Yep.
bring them back up. And there's,
Yeah.
yeah, real.
All right,
real.
we do
they'll
that
call
to Tom
kids.
too,
Yeah,
in the pool.
Yeah, no, that's fun. No, it's
go-
fun.
and we dunk him under, and then he comes up and he's like,
Well, okay, so I looked into the
"Tom, you can come back now."
what's the,
You guys are
the-
parenting me for a second. So I was like, oh, hold on.
I was actually going to talk about one more parenting.
Oh,
thing.
okay.
You could be Tom. You could be a part of
Yeah,
this.
Yeah.
the rescue the rescue like swim like basically where they come and they only take like 10 minutes and they teach the kid like from like months old to flip over and do all that stuff.
Yeah.
The price of those classes, like it'll put you out of house and home. It's
Yeah.
so
Mhm.
expensive. Like you'll
Mhm.
take out a loan to
That's
get
why
your
we
two
didn't do
kids.
it.
It's insane. It's just like one of those things where like, yeah, we've helped like thousands of kids and like this is our mission statement to help these kids. And I'm like, yeah, your mission statement is also to make yourself very wealthy off of these people, like
saving kids and making you poor.
We looked at it and we went, you know what? We don't have a pool.
Yeah, exactly. That was exactly it. I'm like, yeah, we'll figure it out eventually.
Yeah.
All right, Tom, you can come back.
All right,
Take off the N95.
So diapers. I mean, what about that?
Diapers are wacky.
Yo, okay.
The amount of money you spend on those. You know, we just had to upgrade to size 4, and you get less, and it sucks.
Right. This is the best way to do it. This is just I turn off my. Oh my god! And then I see all the crops. Never mind. Anyways, Barry, how have you been?
Hey, Barry.
You know, man, I'm good. It's just it's been a week. We're recovered from the Rona, from my umpteenth Rona trip. Luckily, yeah, the kids did not get it, so that's the important part. But yeah, man, just plugging along. Things are great.
Things are thinging.
Things are thanging.
Things are thinging.
Left and right.
You guys did some techie stuff that will, over the weekend. That'll go well.
Yeah, Josh and I were working on some stuff. I'm taking over. I'm actually firing all of you. I'm the new. I am nerd on. So everyone,
good night,
Dude,
everybody.
into it.
Kick you all out of here. Have a good night, everybody.
As always, nerd on.
Yep. No, we're cutting that tagline.
As always, blah, 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 blah.
Thank you.
Was it Steve's part of that or no?
No.
Come on, dude.
No.
He doesn't know how to read.
Online. I just got America Online. That's too many hours that would take away from my disc.
It's true. Exactly. Yeah, his oh god, his GeoCities account was suspended. So. Gotcha. We'll have to figure it out next week.
GeoCities. I
was trying to think of old stuff.
Geocache?
I tried to ask Jeeves and I never got an answer.
Oh,
True.
anyway,
for moi, first off, before I get into it, fucking Ethan Who, T-Dog, Johnny Horror, what's going on? Welcome. Thank you for coming back. Black Diablo Mamba. Glad to have you this Monday night talking about some rain news. That we can't promote any struck work or things like that say that we're not in solidarity X, Y, and Z. We can just give you the facts, but things that I can talk about that aren't struck, that are entertainment and industry related. I went to go see Metallica, and that was pretty cool. That was my first ever concert.
that was your first ever concert?
Corey, how many times have I seen you, right? Like, and you'd like,
right, but I feel like you've just said that a bunch of maybe all those concerts fell through.
Like, so the first one that was supposed to go to was Juliana Theory with Josh, and that fell through. But I've never physically paid money to go to a venue to go watch a band perform.
The first one you were supposed to do was go to see my band, Tom. That's
we've discovered this. We were a Wolverine origin to this. We know what happened. You weren't
came to
playing.
Damon's and saw me plenty of times. That's a concert. Are you saying my shows aren't concerts?
Nope.
Oh wow, dude. You're just hurting everyone.
Those were shows.
Oh.
No, I don't
Tom, did Hatfield go? Yeah. Did you do that?
There's a lot of
Just
that.
that great.
There was a lot of
good,
that.
Good.
There was a lot of that.
Did Lars not keep tempo?
I heard that's a thing.
How was Saint Anger?
I don't
No?
know what that means. But then the night before that, one of our friends invited me to go to this emo night thingy at a bar, and so it was cool to see some cover bands and shit, and they were playing fucking just pop punk shit,
Your stories, yeah. You were focusing on the movie that was playing in the background.
It was It was the movie with Robert Patrick and Josh Hartnett.
Yes.
And I have watched that movie before, and I've watched it another time after.
Yes.
That's it.
I don't know what this
was that a struck
film
movie?
is. So I'm gonna look it up.
Man, I don't know, man. I don't know how. Like, it's hard. It's harder to, if you're technically. And that's the thing. Like, we haven't signed influencer agreements with SAG and WGA, so it's like, do we count? I don't fucking know.
I don't know. It was a 90s movie.
I just don't want to be.
I'll stick with it. I'll stick with you.
Yeah.
Who else was in it?
Josh Hartnett, Elijah Wood, Salma Hayek.
It's a high school horror movie.
Got it. I haven't seen it.
What?
I should.
What?
Anyway, I can't say anything about it. So yeah, that happened.
A staff of teachers, but it's another word for staff. Anyway,
that happened. Anyways, anywho, anyone else do anything fun, feel exciting before we get into the show, or anyone to share?
I'm just still playing Baldur's Gate. Just
yeah, man.
Oh yeah, we can talk about that.
Yeah, we can talk
fucking-
about Baldur's Gate. Are you playing, Tom?
No, I'm playing Armored Core 6 Fires of Rubicon, baby.
Baldur's Gate 3
Dude,
is
I've
amazing.
had Baldur's Gate 3 in my library for such a long time. It's 157 gigs.
We should all play. We should all play.
It's
We should all play.
huge.
We should
It's
stream it. We should all play.
bigger than I can ever want to be.
Yeah, it's so good. Barry, what are you running?
So I'm a pretty basic bitch. I'm
Paladin.
I'm a dark elf ranger. Because Dryce Jordan is one of my favorite fictional characters.
Nice.
I am not Loth. I am Saloon. Because I'm a goodly guy.
Right.
Yeah. So I'm running a chaotic good kind of campaign right now. Just got into the heavy stuff in Act 2. And I'm just like, Act 1 did not prepare me for Act 2.
No,
like,
I'm only partway through Act 2, but I'm like, hot damn. Even at the beginning of Act 2, like, hot damn.
I'm like, oh yeah, cool. Like, because like Act 1 feels like a classic D&D campaign. There's some goblins, there's a dungeon, there's some other things.
An owlbear.
Yeah, and then you get into Act 2, and it's like, oh, by the way, are you just ready for seriously fucked up things? Like,
Yeah,
hopefully those goblins prepared you for it. They didn't.
it's great. I have 2 campaigns right now. One as a solo, one's with a group of people. The solo one, I'm running a Sorkin. And then the group party one, I was like, well, if we're doing a group, I'm going to be a bard for sure.
Of course. Yeah, 100%.
So digging that.
Yeah, I didn't know you could play with other people until like last week.
Oh yeah. And the
I'm
paladin's the lizard.
I always play with
lizard
myself.
folk. So I thought that was fun.
Well, Tom, we know that. That's
So yeah, we should.
I learned from
we should
Steve.
play a game. Steve's getting it. Steve's all that. You register all that?
Yeah, favorite fictional character, Barry.
Angela White.
yes.
And Angela White, yes, his favorite fictional character. She's
Selma
fictional? She
Hayek.
is all real. Excuse me.
The stage
Anyway,
name.
let's get to the news.
I have a quick announcement. Announcement to make. Announcement. A birthday today for a close friend of the Capeless Crusaders. She is what made me a better television viewer and writer. She is Dr. Michelle Foss Snowden from Sac State. She was my TV criticism professor. She's become a close friend, and she may be reading my works as we speak. But she is she's the person who helped make me a better writer and better viewer of television. So, Dr. Michelle Foss Snowden, happy birthday.
Happy B-Day.
You live in a shoe.
What?
I like one too.
Alrighty, so we can get into some newsy news. Before we get started with that, we can't get started because even though Brad's not here, we probably should do a little clap sync for funsies. Take it away, Steve.
Hi.
You know what like an actual slate does, right?
Yeah, I know.
It doesn't chuck.
I'm here to fuck
It
with you. Man. Come on.
stays.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, I just like
like this PS1. Let's see.
Yeah,
Right?
but-
Let's see.
Yes.
That was perfect.
Nice.
That was beautiful. That was
That's
beautiful.
more muted than I thought it was going to be.
Nice. Ah.
I love
Nice.
that.
Ah.
Like that.
Yes. I could do a one-handed clap next time. Just like that. Sounds like something else that Angela White's involved with. Anyway, moving on.
Anyways, who wants to go first with the news?
I do.
Cool. Go ahead, Corey.
Dang, just
I don't have any news.
Magic the Gathering
Steve's.
announces Knights of the Old Republic.
Dude.
And guess what? Just like Knights of the Old Republic, it'll never come out.
ever. Sorry. I tagged along. My bad.
Everything Knights of the Old Republic touches never comes out. Ryan Johnson goes away. New
And
game
we've lost Corey.
goes away.
Corey's gone.
Secret Lair goes away.
Black cap. Black screen.
Fair.
Unless
Secret Lair dropped today. New Secret Lair dropped today.
unless it's Fortnite.
Yeah.
Fortnite always drops
Walker
there.
baseball cards.
Ooh.
That's my news.
Oh yeah. You want to talk about some
Deflated.
Fortnite news? Zack Snyder revealed who he mains in Fortnite.
Is it Fortnite? I thought he talked about who he means in
David.
Valorant. No, Ben Affleck.
That was Ben. Yeah,
David.
That was the other. That was the other Snyder bro.
Hey.
David. We say snacky, zacky, snidey.
Zacky,
That's what we
snacky,
say.
snidey.
That sounds like a term of endearment, suggesting I like him.
Yeah. We do.
Snacky, wacky,
We do.
snacky, snidey, whitey.
Who's we? Who's we?
We. Barry, you we.
Guys, we're united.
We.
Guys,
The
we're
marriage
united,
we.
Guys, guys were a team. We're united.
This is not part of the vows. Through sickness and in health, through Zack Snyder's career. That's not part of
Zacky
Zacky
Snyder.
Snyder, yeah. Absolutely.
It's like you're getting a coffee drink wrong at Starbucks. Can I get the Zacky Snacky Wacky Backy? No, that's not it. Can I get the
Trente
Trente Snidey? Thank you.
So who's next? Yes.
I got news.
Yeah.
I got news. So again, because we're not talking about opinions about these things,
just the facts.
So 2 pieces of information that, because I don't know when we're gonna stop talking about Barbenheimer.
Never.
But not anytime soon. But Barbie passed Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2 as Warner Bros. Highest grossing film at $1.342 billion. So breaks Warner Brothers record. And then Oppenheimer has now joined the top 5. It is the number 4 highest grossing R-rated movie. So those are things that happened. Those are monies and numbers and information about those things.
I'm doing it. I'm doing it.
What are you doing?
I'm doing the Oppenheimer.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, see, I don't get that reference.
It's a GIF.
I only saw Barbie.
It's a GIF.
Well, that's not enough.
I'll send you the GIF.
Yeah. Okay. Appreciate that. So yeah, that's just 2 little number things. That's all. Again, just facts. Just
the facts.
Cold hard facts.
You want a fact, Barry?
Yeah.
Nolan's a Snyder bro.
Is he?
He is.
Barry's doing this.
Are they what? I'm not saying they could be friends. That's fine.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
It's just facts. It's just facts. Just facts today. Just facts. No promos. We can't promo movies.
No.
No, we'll cut promos. That's something else. Though.
Yeah.
That's a different industry.
Yeah, we will. That step. Yeah, good. Ham-fisted segue into my next piece of news. Yeah. Well, I'm going to talk mine first, and then we'll go.
Yeah. Of course. It's Wrestle Bros time.
Wrestle Bros. Yeah. So if you 2 could just thank you. So we're jabroni marks over here.
Yes.
And so there was a little thing this weekend called All In, which is AEW, All Elite Wrestling's pay-per-view. Their attempt to counter WrestleMania in size and in numbers, and it was held at Wembley Stadium in jolly old England.
That Wembley, that one.
Yeah, that. Just in case there was a
not the one down the street, not that.
No,
one.
not
other
the one. Yeah,
Wembley.
exactly. The other famous Wembley,
like Paris, Texas,
in Vegas.
Yeah, exactly. Not that one. Not that one.
Yes, the Wembley that's in Texas. So now here's okay. So have you ever had those moments? I feel like we hear it now a lot in modern sports, where it's like this person is the oldest player to score this many points in this quarter after breaking an ankle 2 years ago. Like everything has to have a bunch of caveats to it. Like there's no just like records anymore.
Certain
It's just
record
like,
asterisk.
yeah, there always has to be something. So All In had the highest paid attendance of any wrestling event in history. Now, there are wrestling events who had larger audiences, but they were either forced there by the Korean government. We'll get into that if you
Korean
want
government, Vince McMahon.
Yeah, I mean, but there was a WCW event in Korea, and anyway, then there's like WrestleMania in now I'm blanking on which one it was. I was supposed to write it down, but I didn't write it down.
The recent one, or
yeah, it broke like 100,000. I think.
Oh no, Dallas had 100,000.
Yeah, but again, the idea is that it's paid attendance, so they had basically over 81,000, I believe, sold tickets. Now there were like 90,000 people there, but some of those people were promotional. They won tickets in a raffle.
Influencers.
VIP. Exactly.
Booth
But
babes.
there was 81,000 something paid tickets. So the idea is that a lot of these WWE events that have broken those records, a lot of those are not necessarily paid seats. Now they still buy concessions, they still buy merchandise, but they do not pay for the seat. So this is the largest wrestling audience ever paid, and that's the caveat. And it was dope as fuck. I mean, I'm just
it was amazing.
Say that.
Amazing.
It was fantastic. I mean, depending on how you feel about some of the back, the stuff in the background, depending on how you feel about CM Punk, and anyway, we're not going to talk about that. But in other wrestling news, Steve's.
But Punk continues to make us love and hate him at the same time.
It's just really difficult.
He keeps doing that. Anyway, We have had two big losses in the world of professional wrestling. Barry will cover a legend that's existed for decades. I'm going to cover someone who's
not a legend
for
not for decades.
Not for decades, but was on his way to becoming one at the rate he was at. His name was Wyndham Rotunda. His name in the industry was Bray Wyatt. He died Wednesday at the age of 36. The news came out over Twitter from Triple H himself, who had just spoken to Bray's father, Mike Rotunda, who was formerly known as IRS from the 80s and 90s. He had tag teamed with the $1 Million Man, Teddy DiBiase.
I know it's really sad, but he was just very much an anti-Semitic shyster. Anyway,
he was. It was very. Yeah, it was 80s and 90s. They didn't care. But yeah, the news broke out. It turns out later on we would realize that he had left shortly before or after WrestleMania due to a life-threatening illness. They never said what it was. Many of us thought after a while, was it mental health? Is there a mental health illness? Because he had left, he had said he'd lost his self-confidence, and when he came back, he felt rejuvenated by the crowd. It turns out that he had contracted COVID, and COVID had exacerbated a heart issue he had, and on Wednesday, he died of a heart attack at the age of 36. He leaves behind 4 kids because he had 2 from a previous relationship, and then he has 2 currently with JoJo. She was a former announcer or wrestler, I forget.
Yeah, no, she was an announcer.
She was an announcer.
Backstage.
Yeah. They got together. They had a family. And it's been so impactful for 2 reasons. Because one, this guy he was great in the ring, but he was easily one of the most creative forces in wrestling today. The way he thought of story angles and storylines, the way I talk about how the bloodline is a long-form storyline in wrestling right now, Bray was starting that with certain superstars he rivaled against, primarily John Cena. Like when he had matches with John Cena, it wasn't just, I'm going to go out there and beat you. Bray Wyatt's character, him being this cult leader prophet from the Bayou, he basically wanted to destroy John. Kind of. Wanted to destroy John Cena's legacy, basically. So his whole purpose in the storyline was to not just beat John Cena, but to break John Cena. The way Joker
like Bane?
To make Batman. Yes, I was gonna say Joker trying to make Batman cross the line. That's what Bray Wyatt was doing. He was trying to make John.
He's trying to make Gordon cross the line.
Yes, their first WrestleMania 30 match. I'm going to keep going. I ain't going to stop. The first WrestleMania 30 match, the first thing Bray does is slide the chair to John and say, take the shot, John. Do it. And it was beautifully done the way it was more of a mind game trying to break Cena's character. And basically, he made these stories last longer than just 2-3 matches, or that's was his intention. So he brought a very creative aspect to wrestling. Those of you who haven't seen it, the WrestleMania 36 Fireflies Funhouse match between The Fiend, Bray Wyatt, and John Cena was his opus of wrestling right there. The second part that makes it tough is because he was so damn loved by everybody who knew him in that locker room. From legends who were there from time to time, Rock shared about him. Undertaker literally passed the torch to him live on Monday Night Raw.
Literally told him, my phone's always on. You got this. You can call me whenever.
You're the next guy to do what I did. And basically, if Undertaker was John Carpenter, Bray Wyatt was Jordan Peele. That was how he took what Undertaker did and revolutionized it. And you have these superstars who are in tears. They had a great memoriam for him on SmackDown. Just very emotional, very heartbreaking. Everyone today on Monday Night Raw, as we speak, Seth Rollins, the world champion, is actually still wearing the Bray Wyatt band, and on his championship title, he has Bray Wyatt's logos instead of his in honor of him. So it's something that it's been a big hit to the wrestling community. It's emotional. It's gonna be a bit. So you're gonna see a lot of Bray Wyatt remembrance, and in honor of him, along with the Fireflies, there is a
Red
lantern for Bray Wyatt right there. Not that. Damn it, Tom.
Atrocitus
right there. And let me see if
my favorite.
We're here. Oh, come back on. Damn it.
Because his light will never be extinguished.
Thank you.
There you go.
Thank you. So yes, there's the second sad piece of news in wrestling.
Yeah. Also, I mean, a bummer, especially because Bray Wyatt he was well known for having a faction known as the Wyatt family, which had like a classic like horror cult, sinister, murderous family feel. And one of its members who had left WWE and gone to AEW, had unfortunately passed away a couple years ago. So it's like now the two of them, both really young, both with kind of I think
I forgot Brody had.
He had more of like an ongoing condition, I believe, but similar, heart condition, I believe, but just all kinds of bad news. And then that came after there was already planned one day, because there was going to be a classic 10 bell salute, because a day before that, on August 23rd, Terrence Funk, as he's described on his Wikipedia page, but Terry Funk, the legendary hardcore wrestler whose career spanned 5 decades. The man wrestled for 5 literal decades, retired here and there, would always come back, passed away at the age of 79. There'd been a lot of talk in the last year of various like dirt sheets had been like, oh no, he's on his way out, this is happening, and someone knew him would say, no, he's doing great, he's still down, he's from Texas and he's still down at his ranch. This time, again, we saw it coming in a lot of ways, just because the life that Terry Funk led. He revolutionized the hardcore style of professional wrestling. Like, he had classic, just straight grappling skills, but where he really shined was especially in Japan and in places like ECW and a lot of these fringe wrestling outfits. The extreme style that he brought, whether it was barbed wire, exploding ring death matches, whether it was a cattle
prod.
Thank you. Brought to the ring, his matches with Cactus Jack, aka McFoley, Mankind, just absolutely legendary.
Taking a boot to the head from Dusty Rhodes.
Yep. Taking a horseshoe to the face from an actual horse. After he hit he hit somebody with a pile driver, and they were, for some reason, they were in a barn, and they were too close to the horse, and the horse kicked at both of them.
Oh my god!
And he lived decades after that.
Yeah. None of the things that should have killed him ever killed him. Like, Terry Funk is amazing. The Madman from Amarillo, Texas. Just a great a legend, and another just really hard loss, and followed right quickly there by Bray Wyatt. It's a tough week for wrestling fans.
I have to watch that horse thing.
Yeah. A few moments to look up as Terry Funk, when he was known as Chainsaw Charlie, would team up with Mick Foley's Cactus Jack against the New Age Outlaws, and they had some great hardcore matches in WWE. I would also suggest looking up Bray Wyatt and John Cena. He's got the whole world in his hands. Easily one of the most creepiest moments, where Bray gets to John's head. John, who's the hero of all these kids, and what does Bray Wyatt do? Brings out a children's choir singing He's Got the Whole World in His Hands. They circle the ring, and they wear the masks that the Wyatt family wears, while Bray rocks in his rocking chair laughing. It was fantastic storytelling.
Oh my god.
Rest
in peace, Bray Wyatt. Rest in peace, Terry Funk.
Did you just watch the horse?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're lucky they didn't get killed in that moment.
Yeah. And then he looks at the horse and goes, ah.
Yeah. Just like a dude from Amarillo, Texas would be like, get the fuck out of here.
Wild world of wrestling, man.
I think we could have staggered our news in a little bit of a different order, because now it's still going to be sad passing of people. With my news is the passing of, if everyone tuning in has been affected, impacted, some would say contaminated, I would say enriched by the Batman animated series show. The original voice for Harley Quinn, Arleen Sorkin, has passed away at the age of 67.
Mr. J.
And they have not, as in the outlets have not like officially released any type of like cause or anything like that, but just pretty much says like was laid rest to peace and all that stuff this past week. And you have a bunch of people like Mark Hamill taking to X or Twitter, whatever the hell you want to call it,
Twitter,
and talking about like what sadness it is to lose such a brilliant voice and awesome partner to work with. But Harley Quinzel, right? The picture, iconic image cannot be fulfilled without a person to, you know, bring that character to life. And so, you know, every iteration that we see of Harley Quinn is always going to be building upon the road that Arleen Sorkin, you know, built. And so it's definitely, you know, that, and, you know, there's a lot of really awesome, cool fan art of, you know, Kevin Conroy and her, you know, kind of like joined together, and it's you know, we're coming to a point in our lives that we see some of our, you know, favorite, you know, performers in our lives. You know, we've seen that already happen already, but, you know, they're moving to the next house of their lives. But yeah, it's a sad day for some from DC animated fans, but also, you know, it's a historical kind of thing, because, you know, Harley Quinzel was only supposed to be for one episode. It was supposed to be just some, you know, blonde girlfriend character for the Joker, but because of Arleen Sorkin's, you know, portrayal, like, became such a huge hit and became a series regular.
Good.
Yeah, but
thanks for coming to our very joyful episode of Nerd On.
yeah.
Feel free to cry.
Yep, right now.
Knights of the Old Republic, right? Bring it back up.
Knights of the Old Republic.
There goes Corey, and he's out.
Yeah, so really cool. To move on to now some questions,
Okay,
hopefully
some
to
questions.
bring
Let's have
to
some
bring
fun.
us up.
Let's
Fun
laugh.
here.
Let's laugh.
Yeah, everyone listening in, you know the deal. You could send your questions over to nerdon.tv/questions, nerdon.tv/questions. Why always say the backslash? Now we 4 years of not saying backslash. Now I finally say backslash all the time. But if you also want to be part of the community, send those questions for free. Join our Discord, nerdon.tv/discord, where you can continue the conversation. Share your favorite things that we can't really talk about during strike stuff. If you want to get your nerd on about a show or a movie or something like that.
Yeah.
You know, some like a Steve keeps doing in our text message threads. He's like, hey, I'm watching this and I'm watching that, and Tom, you should go to this picket line, and da 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 da.
Certain shows that are, you know, involve those in a ring,
don't-
and those
don't-
who in San Francisco in a time period.
Yeah. Okay. Sure. And you know, talk about games. Talk about what you're making, what you're planting, what are you manifesting in life. Share some of your memes. Share some of your framed WTFs. Nerdon.tv/discord. You can also put your questions in there. But if you want to support us, keep our lights on. We got our website. We got our podcast hosting. We have our Twitch Turbo stuff. We have a lot of different small things that just kind of keep our online presence alive, and which would greatly help us out, especially maybe get us ahead. Nerdon.tv/Patreon.
Get us what, Tom?
Get us ahead. Like, get us ahead, like, so we can, like, cool, we can use this money to,
I
like,
heard it.
There was
get
in
new
there.
equipment
Got it.
and shit. God.
No, yeah,
Yeah.
I'm Mr. Business right now, and I have to fucking, okay.
New equipment.
So be part of the Nerd On Nation, nerdon.tv/Patreon. That will put you into a cool exclusive channel within our server. And then you could be part of the green room. Today you found out that we learned that there's a lot of weird bullshit that happens between Ninja and Discord before we do our little streams tonight. So you get to see all those fun, funky things in our green room that we just joined voice chat, and you talk with us before the stream, and you can even suggest like some topics and all this stuff. Be part of more and more of the Nerd On conversation. But you can ask us questions such as Dusk Ninja Kenji asks us, a little less superhero related but more Disney, how do you guys find the direction the new Disney live action films have been taking in the wake of the Snow White controversy? And if you found any of the recent Disney live action movies enjoyable? I think this is a great question for dads.
No.
Okay, wait.
We can, because they're not struck, right? They came out before the strike.
What's the Snow White controversy?
So the current again, this is news. Just news. So the current Snow White controversy is that I think the director doesn't like the Snow White character, and then Rachel Zegler, who will be portraying Snow White, also is like, Snow White's kind of like a bland, you know, portrayal of a female character in fiction. You know, not
Also
even like
the dwarves are not dwarves anymore, and it's taking work away from little people in Hollywood. Peter Dinklage was not stoked about it.
And I haven't heard that. All I've heard is the dumb TikTok stuff, but that's like to me like closer to real controversy. But
I know Peter Dinklage was talking about how it not only does this story kind of perpetuate a stereotype, but they also took jobs away from people who should be cast in those roles. So it's just a lose-lose.
yeah,
But it's get them coming and going kind of a
Yeah.
scenario.
and I think there's a
You just
lot.
basically like, don't do it, but if you do,
go.
don't do what you did.
And I think there's a lot of like, I call them South Park moms or Mortal Kombat moms who are being like, Rachel Zegler shouldn't be Snow White because she's not like fair skinned or whatever the fuck. So there's a lot of like, there's a lot of shit going on. I don't even know they were
Tom,
making another.
I'm gonna try to say this without breaking any rules here. I think that if you go back and look at the numbers, the box office of Princess and the Frog, it wasn't a box office bomb, and they probably should have just stuck with that animation style and told new stories. But it didn't make as much as they wanted, even though it made all of its money back and then some.
And then here's another factoid. All the animators that was like, hey, we're going back to the hand-drawn style.
And it looked beautiful.
They all said, thank God. The animator said, thank God, because they were not too fond of this new trend of the
hand-drawn style?
No, the 3D model characters.
Oh, yeah. When they said they were going back, they said yes, and then...
And that was the last chance. But no,
also,
we kept buying more into the 3D versions. Anyways,
this is not the first time Snow White's not been a damsel. It's Snow White and the Huntsman. Wasn't she kind of a fighter in that one too? Am I wrong? She was a fighter in that one, right?
That movie fucking sucked. Why are you bringing that up?
Well, I'm just saying it's been done already. I'm just saying.
Sorry, wait. I gave an opinion. I don't
Hey, we're not like we're not like promoting the thing, right?
I liked the Little Mermaid live action.
No, you're not supposed to say that.
It's not struck. It came out before the strike. Months before the strike.
Is that how it works? I don't fucking know.
It came out months before the strike.
Dude, I still don't understand these rules.
Me neither, but I know it came out before.
Okay.
We're also not influencers that signed an agreement.
It came out in February.
I'm not.
It came out in February.
I have like 200 followers on Instagram. I'm not a fucking influencer.
You have like 400 something.
I just think if
oh yeah, I knew about had said it in the comments.
Let's say this factually also. There has been a large outcry for people wanting original stories, and I think the box office numbers of Oppenheimer and Barbie proved that.
Sure.
Yes.
So I think these remakes are shitty cash grabs.
Yeah. So I will say that I definitely miss. I miss like it's not that I think they should necessarily stop doing live action anything or digital anything, like having that classic like animation style it'd be nice to have all of it, like and again, I don't understand the inner workings of a massive corporation, but it seems like they have enough money to do it all. But yeah, apparently I'm wrong.
No, they don't. No,
but it feels like they could do it all, because like part of me is like, okay, like
they can do anything they want except pay the people for their work.
Exactly.
There it is.
Yeah.
So they can qualify for $25,000 worth of income to get healthcare.
Exactly. So I mean, I don't know. Like I'll be the first to say that I'm easy to please. Like, we all know this. I am extremely easy to please. Yeah, dude. It's sometimes it's embarrassing. Like I mean, do I like
more people
fancy?
should be that way.
I mean, do I like like a fancy cuisine? Sure, but do I like a Big Mac? Sure. Like, I'm not gonna be like.
I had mac and cheese today with my daughter. It was great.
Exactly.
Crap.
Like, so
orange stuff.
You
can't say that straight. No,
I feel like sometimes like people who are like in the industry, or people that consider themselves very like critical and big thinkers when it comes to film and television and everything, like they don't like another they don't like Aladdin and Snow White and all these things, but like I see them for what they are. I know they're not they're not reinventing the wheel in any way, shape, or form. Like, am I still entertained by them? Yes. Like, I will admit, like, I am entertained by them. Like, do they have points where I'm like, oh, I'd rather watch the animated one? Sure. But then I go back to the animated one, and I'm like, oh, this also feels dated in one way or another. It's hard because like I can't be some champion for creativity all the time, because sometimes I'm just like, yeah,
I dig it. I dig it. I think where I'm coming from is that we got Guillermo's Pinocchio, and I was like, oh, so it can be
Yeah.
done.
Yeah. Oh
It
yeah,
can
no,
be done in an interesting way.
I think especially with, I mean, with anything, like any of the classic fairy tales, any of the Grimm's fairy tales, or anything past it, like we know you can look at it from different ways, and it can be fresh and interesting and different. But we also know that, like, why, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Like, if they make that much money,
Yeah.
why are they gonna not do that?
They're not.
Like, it's and some people don't think they're necessarily as creative. I still feel like a lot of like the Pixar stuff is still like it. That's where they have a lot of like original stories and stuff like that, and it's got a good message. And at the end of the day, I feel like Tom's gonna lose his mind over this.
He's praying, actually. He's just praying right now.
I don't think, like, I know that Disney is doing, I know they're eating up a lot of IPs, and I know that irks Tom. And yeah, Tom, look at him. He's having a great time.
He's great. He loves this episode.
I know they're eating up a lot of the IPs, and it's hard, when there's only so many names in the game. Like, it's it's difficult to find other things. It's difficult to invest time and and everything else. So it's do I love them? Like, are they the best things I've ever seen? No, they're not that good. But I mean, then again, also, like, when you compare them to the classics, like, I didn't fucking love the classics that much either. So I'm not like, oh my god, fucking Aladdin animated, like, is the only thing. No, like, I'm I'm entertained by them. Like, that's all.
Respect. Tom.
First of all,
first.
The question is, and if you found any of the recent Disney live action movies enjoyable, which I'm not gonna really answer because of the fucking strike rules, where the fuck. But
they came out before the strike.
Whatever. I mean, does everyone want me to say fuck no?
Yeah.
But what I'll say is, I mean, to me, Tom as the person will say, I want some weirdo shit. I want some brave little toaster, black cauldron, some fucking Titan AE. Like, this is like, you swing so fucking hard and you whiff so fucking hard. Like, there is a need to, now we're getting slowly into the creative Tom, of like, there needs to, I think, be a change where we don't have such this facsimile risk averse market where we're like, we have to see what's successful and that's the only thing we're allowed to make. And so, like, sure. I want like really stupid looking, like, how the fuck did this get made movies. And if they fucking try and it feels like actually authentic versus like bullshit cash grab, then like I'm down for it. Like, whereas like I really will appreciate any type of director or writer or crew, or just like, we took this like fucking like Barbie and then we swung for the fucking hills, and like I'll appreciate. If you don't like it, then you don't like it. That's could be your personal preference. But like, we can't constantly just be like digging into our pocket of being like, what have we done and what is successful, and we have to keep doing that, because then what's going to happen, like, I feel bad, and it's like, I don't want to fly in the face of everything what Barry said, because I think there is an importance that there is a accessibility to a bountiful amount of movies and films that are accessible and that people can just go in and know they are going to enjoy, but I don't want that to be at the cost of movies like a Charlie Kaufman would make. And they're like very idiosyncratic, where they're like, they don't abide by like, this is what makes a movie successful, like, versus like, they should be artistic. And if like what Corey said, right, like there can be that marriage, yet it seems that the pendulum always wants to swing too heavily one way, and everyone gets demonized for one thing or other. Like, I shouldn't be allowed to demonize someone for wanting something that they can go turn on, remote drop, hang out, watch with their kids, or go out to the weekend, go watch the movies with their friends and family. Or in the same hand, people who want the creative blah 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 shouldn't be demonized for quote unquote expecting something to be cerebral and something that allows them to recontextualize and have a social like experience in the world. So, but they also can't be at the cost of each other. So there needs to be that harmony. But I think what happens is that we swing so hard one way or the other because we need to see what quote unquote works versus like what's almost like so highbrow that it's like, it disengages people at some point. But like, it can't be that wide. It can't be that breadth. But
I think we need back the balance of the 90s era of movies, where you had that balance of, it wasn't huge blockbusters. You had some of these like middle of the road blockbusters. You had the arts films. You had the films you knew were it's going to be for popcorn. Armageddon. Okay, you knew that was just going to be a fun popcorn movie. But you also had American Beauty. You had more of a balance of these two types of movies, and it just seems like the balance has gone out of whack. I don't think either of us are against, like, we'll all love, I love The Godfather, and I'll still watch Vin Diesel drive a car into space. I like them both for different reasons. It's not the same grade book I use for both movies. And I think we're all agreeing pretty much we would like just more a balance. I don't want to eliminate either one. Right. I don't want to eliminate The Godfather. I don't want to eliminate Fast and the Furious, because they're still kind of fun to watch. We want more of a balance of both those movies, to where right now it doesn't seem like we have that balance, or it takes a lot for that small film to make a noise, Everything Everywhere All at Once thing. I mean, that one broke the mold, but that's few and far between. So I think the 90s is kind of like, will that come back? Who knows? But that'd be a good like idea to have back, the 90s movies we got.
And we all know that like it kind of went to shit because of like the digital, right? Like there's no more physical releases, right? So like you had to make that big splash your opening weekend, and that's why like everything got memeified when like MCU started being like 200 million opening weekend, fuck you everyone else. And it's like that becomes like Barry and I talked about the last week, right? Where it's like, what fucking makes a movie successful? If it makes 50 million, 200 million, 300 million, a billion, like the concept. And then like that also the convolution of like the studios make so much fucking money yet they can't like give better residuals. And it's just like you can pump out so much quote unquote shovelware, but somehow it's like obscene and blasphemous if people start asking for better money, for better wages and more fair living, wages. So it's, anyways.
I want to point out a comment from Amy. She said, "Barbie justified that I don't need to see The Godfather. I'm absolved." That line.
First of all, Steve,
Greta, a Godfather fan. I'm just saying.
First of all, Steve, it's pronounced The Godfather.
The Godfather.
The Godfather. Have you seen The Godfather?
Godfather.
But I don't know if we could really answer this question cohesively in the update, but I think we should definitely hold on to it and maybe even like make it a podcast episode. I feel like.
Yeah, man.
Be cool.
I'm in.
Next question.
Yeah.
Yes, we took a lot on that one.
I know. This one hopefully because it's something we can't talk about technically well enough, and then also it's such a huge fucking topic, which I love. Yeah. I love it. Actually, it's a great question. Thank you, Dustin and Kenji. Next question is coming from Dougler.
Hey, Dougler.
Of you and your fellow cast members. If you and your fellow cast members were on a cozy murder mystery show like Columbo or Murder, She Wrote, who would be the killer, who would be the victim, and detective out of the crew?
Who gets to be Columbo?
Bonus if you give a chat member a role.
Right. Walked into the room and he said, "What again?"
All right. Okay.
Oh, where were we? The Princess Bride.
Oh, wait, sorry.
Oh, it's kissing stuff.
So you're talking about IP?
Can anyone be JB Fletcher? Just be like,
so Tom's a murderer.
You want to be in love with me? I have to solve a mystery.
The only one who didn't do the impression.
The shaved head. He's a fucking psychopath.
Renegade Monk.
Yeah.
Yes.
Directed by John Woo.
The only one who didn't do an impression. So
I die, but I have to have a dramatic death. I'm okay with that. Yeah.
Agatha Christie murder mystery night. What's happening, Tom?
I mean, to me,
like Michael Scott in The Office. Would you like it's been a murder.
For sure, Steve's gets killed.
Nice.
For sure, Steve's gets killed because he's he's the one that looks like probably the most aggressive. He would want to fight, so it's like you kill him. First. So we're all like a little bit more scared. I'm obviously the detective.
Sure.
No.
I'm obviously the detective.
No, obviously.
Because it's my story.
You're Poirot. You're Poirot at the end of his career, where the only way he can satisfy at the end of his life is to be the murderer.
But I was going to give like Amy's the murder because I get bonus points if I give a chat member a role.
Am I the only Poirot fan here? Like, what is happening?
Hey, I'm going to go watch Haunting and whatever the fuck. They copied the font of the Haunting of Hill House.
I'm not
Venice,
talking. I'm
Haunting
not
in
talking about
Venice.
the
It's
fucking.
Hercule. That's Hercule Poirot.
I know it is. I know it
They
is. but
got
it's
the
not
Johnny Depp and the Gal Gadots.
It's not his.
No, it's yeah. My Poirot was
Wishbone.
Like I'm not gonna. Yes.
Mine was a terrier.
I gotta look him up. Hang on. Carry on.
Corey, who's your kill victim and detective out of all of this? And you can pick people in the chat too.
I think I'm all three.
You discover, but you're a ghost, so you kill.
I'm like Tim Curry and Clue, kind of like I kind of can do it all.
Oh, good reference. Good reference. Metal and Con.
Change the story as it goes. I'll be all of them. You wouldn't expect it.
Yeah.
The Steves?
I die. Just gonna play along with it.
I die. It's a canon event.
Who was it? What was the other thing? One's detective, one's
the killer.
and what's the other one?
So killer, victim, and detective, and one of them could be in the chat if you want to get bonus points.
Okay, no, I got you. I die. Tom's the killer.
Renegade
Barry is the detective, but he has to have ponytail going, slick back ponytail with the beard, and Corey is his assistant. Who always does this?
So
yes.
Lakeith Stanfield.
Yes, that's who you are. Yeah,
I'm cool with that.
Makes no damn sense.
but
Compels me.
It compels me.
Compels me.
Tight ponytail.
So wait, who's your Perot? Did you find him, Barry?
Oh, it's I don't know. It's one of those names I've only ever seen it like written. But it's David Suchet.
It's pronounced Stanley Tucci.
You know, honestly, David Stucci. That's it. But
Stucci, he made the T-shirts.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not Peter Ustinov.
No.
Oh, damn it.
No.
No.
David however the fuck you pronounce it. No, he was my Poirot when I was a kid.
It looks like David Suchet.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Is he a bad guy in? He's a bad guy.
He was a kind of a bad guy in a Doctor Who episode.
Fassbender's in that one? After the funeral? Agatha Christie's Poirot after the funeral?
Okay, dude, you have to realize that like Agatha Christie, Poirot, like murder mysteries have literally been a thing for like 80 years.
No, I just like Michael Fassbender's in this one. I was like, oh damn, damn baby,
Yeah.
this is
It's like okay, no, dude, like Agatha Christie, Harry Potter, Doctor Who, like everyone has been in all of them. You know, they bleed through in and out of each other. And
do you know the fandom? What is it? Was it Super Sherlock Who?
No, what is that?
Supernatural Sherlock and Doctor Who.
Okay, I was part of that for a minute. Yeah, I was. Yeah, inadvertently, I was in there. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So wait, Barry, did you give your who's the killed victim detective?
He's the detective.
Yeah, it's all Poirot. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Okay. Next one. Next question. Okay.
Next question.
Maybe something that could bond all of us under snacky. 1992 Johnny Horror. One more question. What DC or Marvel superhero crossover do you want aliens to be involved in?
What the?
Wait, aliens as in?
I think like the Ridley Scott aliens.
Is it with a capital A?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, xenomorphs. I like this question a lot. This is a cool question.
There was a Batman Aliens comic book.
There's been a bunch. I mean, yeah, there's Archie and the aliens and Predator and Archie and Predator and Alien and the Archie.
Casper and Alien.
Yeah.
Richie
Casper
Rich.
the Friendly
Richie
Ghost,
Rich and Alien.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was correcting someone's spelling in the chat. What was the question? They said they spelled charismatic and interesting wrong. They said Corey would be they said underwhelming jewel expert, but I think they meant
I'm
charismatic and
imagining
interesting.
Who the fuck said that?
Zero in focus on this when it happened.
What is that?
It's like Corey's the Lauren Bacall in this. Is that a good thing or bad thing?
Oh, that's fine. No, that's fine.
Okay.
Someone said I would play the underwhelming jewel expert, so I said I think you spelled charismatic.
The too interesting. I hate you. Why do you have to be a guest star in this episode? I want you for more episodes.
Yeah. What was the question?
What DC or Marvel superhero crossover do you want aliens to be involved in?
I think anything with a space station could be cool, whether it's like Sword, on the Marvel side, or like the Watchtower on the DC side.
Ooh.
Like, how cool would it be if like the Justice League are all on the Watchtower just hanging out, and then a xenomorph just plops in and like takes out one of the, takes out like Booster Gold or someone stupid.
Oh, what the
just someone who could be easily taken out by a xenomorph. Booster Gold would be a quick, and then just just start spawning in there, and then they eventually cut power, and everyone's trying to figure it out.
I got Corey's what if right here. You want the pitch, Corey? This is it.
Right.
First arc of House of X, when the squad is in the space station trying to take out the mother Sentinel, but it's the what if version of it. So all of the team go and fucking do it, and they do it, and Wolverine's on the thing and sends it to the sun, but Nightcrawler's left on that ship, but he's not alone.
Oh,
see, and that could be cool, because then you'd have like the mutant xenomorph hybrids, which could be
but then at the same time, like
xenomorph.
Xavier's like, oh man, everyone's dead except Nightcrawler. What the fuck? I'm gonna rise my mutants. And then he's like, send them all to Nightcrawler. Why? And then like it's like the countdown of like, will he survive by the time the backup shows up? You know what I'm saying?
He will. He's Nightcrawler.
yeah, he's Nightcrawler.
That's true. Yeah. He bamps.
He's the uncanny Spider-Man.
Yeah. Steve's?
Yeah, I got it right here. It's going to be DC and Marvel crossed over with the aliens. You ready?
No
ready?
WWE?
No, not this time. Hear me out. On the space station, same thing. The aliens are there. Your two heroes, Jimmy Olsen.
Black one, like sexy one from Supergirl.
No.
Christopher
Reeves.
He's
Jimmy Olsen.
jacked.
Christopher Reeves, Jimmy Olsen. That guy.
Okay.
Him. Foggy Nelson.
The most complainy guys in the world.
Yeah.
Just in a meet.
And they pull it off.
Oh, okay.
My best friend has glasses. My best friend doesn't really need his glasses.
See, you guys are all going for the big heroes. I'm going for the underdogs. Okay.
You're going to not sell any issues.
Exactly.
It's not all about selling, Tom. It's about the art. Right?
No, I just want to enjoy it with my. All right, Corey, do you have a real
cool
one?
Slow motion action scenes with Jimmy just sliding by.
Yeah, House and Powers of X. They're on the space station. And all that's left is Nightcrawler.
Scene.
For moi, come on, baby, it's
The Prestige.
The Prestige.
If I want,
Which is a
really,
movie.
This is the trick.
You
It's
can't
not
talk about-
struck.
I'm
It's
just
not-
kidding. I'm just messing with you, man.
This is the trick. Right here. This.
I
this
mean,
is the
I would
trick.
almost do like Alien versus Predator, like the movie where there's like a weird underground pyramid, but it's in the bayou, and that pyramid is underneath like where currently Swamp Thing is.
Ooh,
And so
man
like
after my own heart.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and then so you have like like the green and like the eldritch horror shit with like the saliva of the xenomorph. You know what I'm saying?
Well, and also it'd be good because he could never like a face puncher would get on him, and then or a face hugger, and then he would just like let that body die, and he would just start another body. So it's like in a lot of ways he's the best one to be fighting them.
Oh, so it'd be Swamp Thing and Constantine versus Xenomorphs.
Ooh,
Yeah,
buddy.
Black Diablo Mambo with Aliens versus Deadpool. I just want to hear him with this acid motherfucker.
Hear me out. San Francisco, the near future. Big Hero 6 versus
Yes.
Xenomorphs.
That is not a part of my programming.
Man.
Oh yeah, Big
You have
Hero
a
6 is
foreign
Marvel,
bo- you have a
right?
f- You have a foreign body in your chest cavity.
Let me get that for you.
Let me remove this.
I mean, if I were to do one for Marvel though, I would totally do one where it's Kitty Pryde.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Because then she can't really like.
Bro, as they start to jump on her, she
yeah,
phases.
that's pretty sick. You know what I'm saying? But
that'd be
she's as what's her current nom de guerre right now?
Nomenclature.
Yeah, Red Queen, right?
I've have a 1.5-year-old.
She's part of like the Marauders now, right? And she's got like the Red Queen. She got the little...
she was the captain of the
Yeah, she had the pirate ship. She was the one fucking with the drugs and funneling
With-
the-
And maybe
Nightcrawler.
she's got a space. She's a space pirate now.
Oh, the pirate was that Maniac Pirate? Was that called from DC?
Psycho Pirate. The most powerful, important character of every crisis
23
ever.
Jump Street. Xenomorphs.
You two sons of bitches are going to college.
Okay, the worst part is IDW keeps publishing stuff like that, where it's like, hey, what can we smash together? Let's put Planet of the Apes and Star Trek, the original series. Like, let's just see what happens there.
Predator and Dr. Grant.
Exactly.
I mean, I wouldn't be mad to see a TMNT versus aliens.
Yeah, I just keep thinking of X-Men ones now. I love the idea that Facehugger tries to grab onto Colossus and nothing happens.
Just
he just pulls it back up.
Just an awkward moment of it trying, and he's
yeah. What is this?
What you doing? What is this?
Well, gents, we're at 9:00.
Good question.
So we can end the night. We can answer one last question, but I'm the only single person here, so I'll leave it up to you guys. We can go and raid someone. We can ask one quick question up to y'all.
I'm game for whatever.
Let's do another question.
Another question.
One more
for
question.
the people.
Give it to y'all for the peeps.
One.
Okay, let's do this. Oh, this is perfect. Perfect question. Perfect way to be neutral, bring everyone together under the
What's
beauty
your favorite color?
of no. This comes from T-Dog8282.
What up, T?
Would you rather only be able to eat pie for dessert or cake for dessert for the rest of your life?
Nah, pie.
Yeah, pie.
Pie.
Steve's, do you like
Pie? Yeah.
bunch of wrestling references there.
One
yeah,
pie.
That's cake. 100% cake.
Pie.
Cake?
Yeah, cake.
Do you have a specific cake you like?
So
how do you feel about ice cream cake?
Okay, so ice cream cake is fine. It's not my favorite. My go-to is usually it's the chocolate cake with chocolate icing that my mom would make me every year for my birthday. So it's got the nostalgia part tied
factor,
into
right?
Yeah, but also like I was actually I can't remember now. I saw a video at some point where someone was talking about how like the cake is so much easier. Like cake doesn't really have the as wide of a breadth of good and bad as pie does. Like pie, you can have awful pie or you can have really good pie, but like cake, like you can have like good cake or bad or like kind of dry cake. You know, like it's not a lot of room for cake. Cake is pretty consistent. It's also pretty hard to fuck up, but it's also like you can't make it, you know, like it's not gonna be amazing. So like I think
the floor is lower and the ceiling is lower.
Yes, exactly.
Except that I would take the worst pie over one of the best cakes
because it's pie.
Which I understand that, but I'm not. So the problem is there's too many pies.
What if I shit in your pie?
I respect that. There are a lot of pies that are like not for me.
Yeah.
What you're judging certain pies?
Are you gonna start listing the pies?
No one asked me what my favorite pie is.
I know we all know what you're gonna say.
There's many pies. Vanilla,
cherry pie,
chocolate.
It's not banana.
Cherry,
it's not banana cream.
Pecan.
No, but it starts with a similar sound.
Jesus Christ.
Blackberry.
Pumpkin pie.
Nope.
Oh, it's
and of course,
it's a cream pie.
Yeah,
there it is.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Again, this is a wrestling reference.
Yeah, I got there. I got there at the end of it.
Rock had a whole bit. Him and Kane, they were talking about pie.
Undertaker almost laughed.
Undertaker, yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, Undertaker, he almost broke Undertaker.
Man, I'll tell you what though, I had a blueberry nectarine pie last week that blew my fucking mind.
What was your? Never mind.
It was incredible. Excuse me?
My love for ice cream cake is really high up there, but there's one thing that I've learned from.
I feel like you just swept the leg. And
one thing I've learned from indoctrinating myself into the clan of pie.
Wait, what clan?
The pie.
Oh, okay.
Fucking, you can have like chicken pot pie.
Okay.
Pizza
okay.
pie.
But the question did say for dessert.
Yeah.
Pizza for dessert.
But you're saying like you're thinking like hand pies and stuff like that.
It said pie.
It said for dessert. So you just got through with a steak dinner and someone's like, I got dessert for you, and they bring in a chicken pot pie, you're gonna be stoked?
Give me it.
I'd be so let down. I'd be so let down.
For the rest of your life though. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not
pie?
But it's like whatever kind of cake can you make, right? Versus whatever kind of pie can you make?
Pie.
Pie.
It's like saying pie. Oh yeah, there you go.
It's
It's
the Steve Harvey pie.
Yeah, but the question
Marie
was
Callender
dessert
pie.
specifically.
For dessert. People eat
So I'm
breakfast
saying
for
you could
dinner
still
all the
have- what I'm-
time.
My argument though is that you could still have chicken pot pie for dinner and cake for dinner and cake for dessert.
True.
Because the question is specifically based around dessert
What a
for the rest of your life.
What a splendid pie. Pizza pie. Every minute, every second.
You know what I'm saying?
pie,
You
pie,
could still
pie,
have
pie.
a pizza pie for dinner and then
What a
cake for dessert with Barry's
Splendid
answer.
pie. Pizza,
Because the
pie.
question is framed around dessert specifically.
Pie!
I'm breaking the question like you would, Tom.
One pie! Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
I'm going to post
Yeah,
that.
you thought this was gonna bring us together, Tom? This is
It's
worse than the
food!
Zax-
We come
it's worse-
together!
Right
Steve's?
now, over me.
I
Oh,
said
sorry.
come together, and you did
I know,
not take
I
it.
went. I did.
You
take
took
a
it that
whole-
way. I also-
took it.
I was-
Oh,
I'm-
took it.
Tom, that's a biscuit. That's not
Yeah.
a pie or a cake.
Yeah.
Ethan,
Cheesecake is more of a pie.
that's not correct.
So it doesn't matter.
It's not a. That's not a thing.
At the end of the day,
They're
the
both
cake and pie
sandwiches!
Are both
They're both
sandwiches.
It's not
so it doesn't
true.
matter.
It's not how that works. It's not how that works.
This is when
A pie
Corey
sandwich.
commits homicide. This is Corey's villain.
This is how
villain.
I'm the killer now.
All right, everyone. We're going to wrap it up there. Let's go ahead and
If
rate
someone said I'm
somebody.
gonna bring you a sandwich and they brought, you'd be so mad. You'd be so confused.
That's like the chicken pot pie for dessert. Like, why would you want to do that?
No, it doesn't work. If you can hold it in one hand, it's a sandwich. No, it's not. That's not how you quantify what a sandwich is because you can hold it in one hand. You can hold a pizza in one hand. It's not a sandwich.
I can hold
That's it.
Tom in one hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
Not
I can hold
more.
a carrot. I can hold a carrot in one hand. It's not a sandwich. I can hold a banana unsheathed in one hand. It's not a sandwich.
You can hold a carrot. You can hold a carrot cake in one hand.
I'm
and it's not
done.
a sandwich.
Bring us out. Bring us out.
That's
All
the
right, I'm
Republic.
going to go ahead and raid. Should I rate someone who's playing Armored Core or Baldur's Gate, y'all?
I don't care.
Okay.
Baldur's Gate.
Baldur's Gate.
don't
Distortion
care.
Devil playing
I don't
Baldur's
care.
Gate 3.
I can hold Baldur's Gate, the disc, in one hand. It's not a sandwich.
Pizza is an open faced sandwich.
No,
So,
no. If anything, an open-faced sandwich is a pizza.
raid phrases, what brings us together, y'all?
Yes.
Just think of the good things.
No, you're not
Hydrate, be good to each other, be kind to each other. Thank you, everyone,
of pie.
for tuning in tonight to our Nerd On Update, where we talked about some news, we talked about some food, we talked about the things that matter to us. Take care of yourselves. If
Or
you
don't matter to
can,
us.
go and support the WGA and SAG strikes. You go to WGA Contract
Yeah.
2023. You can
that.
find places you can support the strike funds. And then also continue the conversation at nerdon.tv/Discord. We'd love to have you there. Thank you,
Bob
everyone.
Barker died. How did
That's a sandwich.
How did we say Bob
Sorry.
Barker died? How did we
Bob
miss
Barker
that?
This is true.
anyway?
Bob
Bob
Barker
Barker died?
Closest to
did.
100 without going over.
We're going over.
Wait, are you serious?
You did.
Yeah.
That's right.
yesterday,
This
yeah.
weekend.
Or 2 days ago. Yesterday.
Oh,
Yeah.
The price is wrong.
what a
Bob.
weird way. What a weird way to learn this.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
It's like pizza being an open
I'm
faced sandwich.
sorry. Thank you, Barry. Thank you, Steve. Thank you, Corey, for being great hosts tonight. Give Josh all the love. You know the drill. As always, Nerd on.
Nerd
Nerd
on.
on.
Tacos.